Adobe Bridge is more than a file organizer. In this chapter, you'll find out how you can locate your files using metadata, keep color consistent throughout the Creative Suite, and also use automated features that allow you to create websites and slideshows in no time at all. Whether you work in the print, web, or interactive world, color is a critical component. Many people ignore the importance of color management even though accurate color work is important not only in Adobe Photoshop, but also in other applications such as InDesign and Illustrator. What I'll do in this lesson is provide you with a 10,000-foot view of color management. More details will be provided in Chapter 8. So, color management helps you to maintain the appearance of colors in your existing documents and also images that have been brought in from external sources such as cameras and scanners. Adobe's color management system is based on conventions developed by the International Color Consortium, or ICC, a group responsible for standardizing profile formats and procedures so that you can achieve consistent and accurate color. So I have opened Guitar 1, and you can do that by simply double-clicking on Guitar_1 in Adobe Bridge. And it's got some vibrant colors here that maybe I should be concerned about unless I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation or something that's going to stay on screen. Notice that in Photoshop and also in other Creative Suite applications that you can choose Edit Color Settings. And when I choose this, you'll see that my default is that my settings for Photoshop are set at North American General Purpose 2, which basically means Photoshop has no clue where I'm going. It doesn't know whether I'm going to the web. It doesn't know whether I'm doing print, whether I'm doing print in Europe or Japan. Doesn't know. So, first of all, it's really important to know where your images are going to end up. In this case, my images are ending up in InDesign and they're going to be printed. If I choose the Settings drop-down menu, I can choose North American Prepress 2. If I'm doing web, I might choose Web Internet. Now let me just choose North American Prepress 2 right now and click OK. Couple things here. I'm not seeing a change in my image, but if I want to, I can right in Photoshop. So I can choose to press Control-Y, and Control-Y, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit of difference here. If you notice at the top, I am still in the RGB mode, which you want to be. You want to work and edit in RGB as long as you can, and you want to stay there, of course, if you're doing web or internet work. But if you're doing print, that's going to be separated at a professional printer on a professional press for color separation, then you're going to probably want to change it to CMYK, but not until you're done. So by pressing Control-Y on the PC or Command-Y on the Mac, you'll notice that, do you see that slight color difference? What's happening is Photoshop is looking at my color settings and saying to me, oh, so you're going to print. So let me show you how your color is really going to look so that you can adjust for it properly. So that really bright saturated red is just not going to happen, but at least I'm expecting it ahead of time. Now, you can change under the View menu. You'll see that Proof Colors is also a menu item. And you can also change the proof setup. So if you are doing web work and you're working on the Macintosh, you can change the preview to show you Windows RGB so that you can go back and forth to see how your image would look on the Mac system or the Windows system once it's displayed in the browser of those particular devices. Now, I'm going back out to my image. I've set up Photoshop to understand that I am going to print. But if I go back to Edit Color Settings, you'll see that at the very top is a little symbol with a little pie cut out saying that I am unsynchronized. This means that one of my other Creative Suite applications, such as InDesign or Illustrator, is not set up for Prepress 2. This can kind of be a hassle to follow everything through. If you predominantly do print, you might want to set all of these at once. So let me just cancel this. And instead of setting my color settings in Photoshop or InDesign or Illustrator, I'm going to press Alt-Tab, go back to Bridge, and you'll notice that if you have the entire Creative Suite installed, you can choose Edit Creative Suite Color Settings. And I can choose to set up all of my applications for general purpose or North American pre-press, or maybe I do all web and internet. I even have a custom setting that was supplied to me by a particular printer, which again we'll go into more detail about how to set up custom settings in Chapter 8. But I'm going to say, you know what, I'm predominantly working on pre-press work. Let me set this up for North American pre-press. Let me apply that. When I return back to Photoshop and I choose Edit Color Settings, you'll see that I am now synchronized and my color will be consistent all the way throughout my production through printing out of InDesign.